Okay, so if we each choose a statement from our questions, and so we've been doing the work questions to open it up a bit, but now we're going to go into the body. So if you just think of your statement and then think about where you're feeling it in your body. And I know one of you is walking, so that's going to be really great because you just get that whole sort of physical walk it off thing going on. And allow it. So if your feeling is fear, just think about where you hold that fear most. And yeah, the whole nature of this practice is just kind of allowing the sensation, not trying to push it, not trying to get rid of it in any way, just let it be. Now it's interesting with fear because that can sometimes start to panic. So if you're focused on something and there is a sense of fear, it is actually really good to have movement. And I'm just tuning into the fear actually and seeing what kind of movement it needs. And so this one is something I've been working on with a load of people recently. It's about the rhythm that we all need. So, you know, as babies, we all get jiggled and soothed. And so we all have our own soothe rhythm that we just don't get into as adults. So, in fact, I'm going to do it, aren't I? Yes, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to invite you all to have a bit of a jiggle and a soothe because there are some kind of big emotions flowing. So I'm going to stand, I think, because my jiggle is ridiculous. It's sort of, it's jiggly. So stand if you like, or sit in a chair, and those would be walking, and just sort of start to allow the bit of the stretch in your legs and moving from side to side. Look at those hips. There's a really fun one I was taught, was called scraping the bowl. So it's all about the hips, and imagining your hips are the spatula on a bowl of baking, and you've just got to push your hips out and scrape the bowl with your hips. Scrape. It's delightfully fun. It's very silly, just that notion and idea of getting all clear. And that, just that movement already, we're just kind of in another place with what we're doing. I love that one of you is a yoga instructor and knows far much more about yoga and breathing than I will ever know. But bear with me here and scrape the bowl. And so with that feeling of fear or tension that comes up, my personal rhythm for it is a kind of it's a sort of a jiggle jog that gets me calmed down. It kind of needs to be quite fast personally to shake, but I know for some people that makes it worse and makes it more fearful, because it kind of kicks in that having to escape trauma response and running away. So whatever, just experiment with slow, with fast, with irregular, and see what works for you. And for those of you who've had babies, it's probably the rhythm that you use to soothe someone to sleep is probably your calming. But it might not be. It might be something entirely frenetic. So anytime any of this gets heavy and gets uncomfortable and scary, just, we're going to jiggle, we're going to shake. So just go for it.